A few cars going past. Doesn't matter. Anyway guys, we're here camping for real, and I thought I'd take you around a bit of a camp setup of how we are. We're on a roadhouse somewhere. I don't actually know what it's called because we got in here after dark. So who knows where, but it's somewhere across the Nullarbor. We're in New South Wales at the moment, but I'll go through our camp setup because I've done the rig rundown of the car, but this is more or less how we set up when we're actually sort of living out of the thing. So a bit more detail on that. So we'll start with in the canopy, actually external the canopy from front to back. Last time I had water tanks up top and I said, oh, I'll be adding some more underneath. So now I've finally done that. It's a 70 litre water tank underneath and it's got a water pump as well. So that's just on a switch. So that's not for our drinking water. That's more for just like washing dishes, boiling water, things like that. So that's underneath, and then this is the fill cap on the side here. The fridge is a 65 litre, I think, Ridge Rider. Now this is cool because it's actually got a drawer. So this drawer here fits perfect in the canopy because, oh my God, it's a bit chockers at the moment, but what you can actually do is access it, you know, without going to the top. So if you're short, you can have a look. But if you want a bit more extra height, this is pretty awesome. We got this, it was like $5 from Kmart. A little stool that just folds up like that, and we use it all the time because once you get on there, you can get into the top section, and that's sort of the longer life stuff. So that's got, you know, things that you don't access as much. Ta-da, up here. While I'm up here, all the electrics is going on. So in the canopy, there's a 150 amp hour Deep Cycle Systems lithium battery that runs everything in the canopy, plugs in with a Anderson plug to the car. There's also a solar panel on top of the tent. I'll show you that later. And that runs through a BCDC red arc charger. Now that's got all our lights. So there's lights on the lid. There's lights inside. It's not a lid, that's a door. There's lights on the door. There's also an inverter, so a 1000-watt inverter. I'll show you what that's for later. Then a whole lot of fuses and everything switchable up there. On top, this is just our storage. So this is the drinking water. We've got a couple of 15 litres of fresh water, and we like to use that for drinking because it's clean and the bit of plasticky taste in that one under there. So we fill it up at servos as well. So it's not the perfect drinking water. I just got a whole lot of camera gear up the top, and then quick access stuff, you know, toiletry bags, things like that. And then a first aid kit as well. Quick access, bit of AeroGuard, and I've just put a little bit of a Velcro on the back, and then some hand sanitizer as well, because that's stuff you want to get all the time. In this drawer is just all our cooking stuff, pots and pans. I use all this Space Saver stuff. So this is a kettle, it's pretty cool, pops up like that. And then I've got, yeah, just like knives and forks, all that kind of stuff in here as well. Some baby wipes, which is good for having a shower on the road. So I haven't had a shower for a couple of days, or more like a week, eh? Lucky it's not smell-o-vision. Then the other, in the other drawer, I'm getting smoked out. The fire's gone down to ashes. God damn it. Well, actually, while we're down here, I want to show you this little table. It's perfect. Drifter sent me this ages ago, and I hadn't used it because I hadn't gone camping for so long, but it's perfect for when you're actually sitting in a chair. It's at that height to put your drink or, like, you know, eat some dinner, which is perfect because we love these moon chairs which don't have cup holders, so they can go on there. Back to the studio, back to here. This other drawer is just our pantry, you could say, so it's a whole lot of food. And that's it really, we've just got some little compartments, and all the food goes in there. We'll keep things moving. This is the kitchen, you could say. So I've just got a table, which I was meant to get a new one, but I didn't in time. So this is my table that I used to weld on, so flashback to that. That's why it's filthy. Everyone asks about my new cooker because I've gone through a few of those little twin burners and they're just crap. So I spent the money and got myself a nice Coleman. I can't remember exactly what type it is, but if you come closer, you can see it's got the triple burner here. So there's the two, and then there's the center one, because there's actually a hot plate that goes on there, and this thing ignites like instantly. It's bloody awesome. Absolute jet of a thing. So really happy with that. And then we've just got our, well, this is our dishes thing, and again, it's one of those pop top ones, so that goes down like that. Space saver, you could call it. Just before we go further, if you come this way, I've got my gas bottle on the trailer. So this trailer I bought really cheap and it was rusty as, and I've just rebuilt it, you could say, and just revived it. And I've put the gas bottle on here, a couple of jerrys for fuel, and that plumbs in straight to the cooker every time we pull up. So that's pretty handy there. All right, the trailer now, we're here because obviously we've got the show coming up. So this is a whole lot of stuff for the event. So in all these big compartments is just merchandising, things like that. There's a box of camera gear, which has got like all hard drives and stuff, and then all our clothes and anything big's just thrown in here. I got this awesome bag as well, which has bag inside a bag, socks and jocks in that, and then this one. I love using this rather than like a suitcase, which is just a bit bulky for me. It's pretty cool under here. I've put like a little false floor, a last minute thing, but it means I can have these drawers where I've got like, you know, a few tools, bits and pieces, some power cables, gas lines, hose for filling up, and then a shoe drawer because I'm living with a girl. First time camping with a female in, well, forever. So new experience, got to find space for things like yoga mats and stuff. That camp cookie thingy-bobby you got, it's got its own bag, which is pretty awesome, and that's that hot plate there I was telling you about earlier. That's pretty much it there, just a whole lot of crap down the back. It's got these little side wing doors as well, which is awesome. They open up, but I've just taped them up to stop any moisture and rain going in because we're coming into that part of the country. Drawer, you've seen this in the rig rundown, but this has got all my tools, spare parts, oh not spare parts, sorry, tools and recovery gear, straps and bits and pieces. Talking about spare parts, I might just show you that quickly because people are always interested in that. I don't think I've done a video on it specifically, so we pull this out, down the back. This is my spare parts box. So, just got a whole lot. I've got a spare hub and bearing kit for the trailer, fuel pump, filters, oils, fluids, all that kind of stuff's in there. A few bearings, spark plugs. I normally have starter motor and alternator as well, but I couldn't get hold of one of them quick enough for this trip. But everything in there that I need, anything that can stop the car in its tracks, I kind of keep with me. So, apart from a whole new engine. So that's in there, super handy when you need it. Ugh. All right, we can come back down here now. Before we go further, the tent as well, Alucab tent. And on the other side, we've got a Shadow Awn 270 degree awning, which I haven't got set up now, but that wraps right around to the back here if we need that shade. Super easy to set up. And also on the front, well, as I said on the top, there's the solar panels. So see if you can get that up there. So I think it's a 160 watt solar panel, and I've also just recently put my MaxTrax up there, which was meant to happen ages ago. But now it's finally up there, so yeah, that's it. What's in here, you probably would have never seen in a touring vehicle before. Me being me, I've literally bought my whole computer. Why? Because my laptop's crap and I need this for editing, so I've actually got a full-on setup and it runs through the inverter, and I can do all my editing on the road, photos, videos, all that kind of stuff. Fire extinguishers up there. I run one in the canopy and one in the car, so I always have two with me. Super important. Actually, as we speak, yesterday I watched a video of my mate Matt from Explore. There's a video of his 76 series catching on fire, so just goes to show it can happen at any time, and it's always when you least expect it, so always have a fire extinguisher with you. And then we've got our freezer, which is a Waco 50 litre freezer. And what we've actually done, which is pretty cool, is pre-made meals. So this is, what's this one?
Potato and leek.
Potato and leek. So we've got like spaghetti bolognese, we've got different soups and stuff, and you freeze it, pre-make it, chuck it in here. And then when you get to camp, you literally pull it out, put it on the pan, cook a bit of pasta, and you've got this amazing dish, and you don't have to bring all the ingredients with you. So that's a cool way to prepare for those longer trips when you come to camp sort of late and you don't want to sit down and cook everything, you can just do it quickly. So that's really awesome doing that. Anything else I missed? Not really. I'm not going to go through the car because I've already done that. This is really just a camp setup. So hope you sort of got a bit of an insight into how I camp. It's super basic. I don't have anything too fancy. It's really just what we need on the road. And drop a comment down below of the 2 things that you take with you camping that I may not have and may need. So it could be interesting. I want to see what you guys take with you. Something a bit different, like a whole computer. That's not something you take every day. But if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. I'm gonna get going. We're gonna get to Sydney in like 2 days. Peace. I've just spent 3 months doing engine upgrades on my motor here, and I've been told I'm not allowed to turn the key until you press subscribe. Please press subscribe.